Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome valedictorian and salutatorian.
Hi everybody. Coronavirus has made life pretty bad right now. We've been stuck inside for months in quarantine, hundreds of thousands have been killed, and our senior year has ended early. Imagine if someone had told you a year ago that you'd be sitting inside alone for 3 months, afraid to see your friends, because of a virus named after a beer. You would have called them crazy. I myself am so heartbroken by the abrupt end to our senior year that I've decided to wear my cap and gown all the time. And I mean all the time. Yes, coronavirus has taken our lifestyles, and for 350,000 people at the time of filming this, our lives. But I want to talk about the bright, or maybe slightly less dark side of what's happening. Right now, people around the world are going through immense hardship and pain. But I believe that we will come out of this crisis stronger. My great-grandmother lived through the Great Depression. Her family was poor and in debt, and this period left a mark on her. From then on, she didn't tolerate her family wasting any money. She was strong because she had to be, and she instilled these values in those around her. The same thing is true of those who survived another crisis, World War II. The soldiers we sent over to Germany and Japan went through suffering and hardship, but now we call them the greatest generation. They had to be tough, and they held on to that tenacity for the rest of their lives. The coronavirus is our disaster, our challenge. Although life may seem pretty dark right now, we will adapt to the circumstances. These past disasters made previous generations resilient, disciplined, and independent. If we stay optimistic and keep on fighting, COVID will do the same for us. I'll give you some examples of things I've learned during our own crisis. During the quarantine, I've learned to appreciate my relationships with others. In normal times, we don't appreciate our friends because we see them every day at school. Yet when we are forced to stay apart from them for weeks and months, we feel that loss. These relationships bring us true happiness. I've also learned to appreciate school and education. I miss doing homework in class, or listening to my teacher lecture. I miss having lunch outside in the senior area, even when some annoying underclassmen are out there as well. I miss doing homework in the library and hiding my food from the librarian. I especially miss playing Call of Duty and PUBG with my friends in class. Of course, only when the lecture is over. Before COVID, at the end of an hour-and-a-half math class, I would wish for home. I remember my first thought, when school was initially canceled, was excitement and joy for all the free time I'd have. But that happiness quickly soured. I realized that I missed Druid Hills for all its quirks. Being away from Druid Hills High has made me appreciate school, and specifically this school, even more. Third, I've learned that the key to happiness is staying productive. At school, I was always occupied with worthwhile activities. But at home, I've begun to run out of things to do. You can only refresh Snapchat so many times. That being said, I'm very lucky that the worst thing that's happened to me during this crisis is being bored. Others have lost their jobs and even friends and family. Now I'm looking forward to getting busy again. For as long as you stay occupied and productive, you will stay happy. It's pretty bad out there right now, but we will come out of this crisis stronger and wiser than ever. This current hardship will leave us more resilient and more determined. When quarantine ends for good, and we crawl out of our houses back into the world, we'll have a new perspective. We'll appreciate everything around us so much more. Thank you to the parents for devoting your time and energy to supporting us. Thank you to the teachers for all your hard work preparing us for the future. Thank you to the custodians and other staff for keeping our school beautiful, clean, and functioning. Thank you to Mr. Joyner for your love and passion for the school. And thank you to the counselors for guiding us through our high school years, and especially to my amazing counselor, Hannah Robinson, who continued to help me even when she was on maternity leave for her son. But most of all, thank you to the class of 2020. I am honored to be one of you.
Good afternoon, Druid Hills faculty, staff, parents, family members, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. I'm honored to be able to speak to you all today as the class of 2020 salutatorian. To the Druid Hills teachers and staff, thank you for caring about us. All it takes is one teacher who cares to change a kid's life. And to all the parents and guardians out there, thank you for loving us unconditionally. Without your support, none of us would be graduating today. As someone who has averaged about 5 hours of sleep per night the last couple years, including my occasional naps in the library, I know how hard this journey has been. All of our paths through high school have been unique, with many different obstacles and successes, but we have persevered. Through the endless nights and grueling assignments, we hung in there. We have all worked incredibly hard during the past 4 years to reach this moment, and it is important that we do not allow the current circumstances to diminish that hard work whatsoever. The current circumstances are not good, however. Every single person in this room has been affected by the coronavirus. Whether you're struggling to pay rent or have lost someone close to you, please know that it will get better. While it has been devastating to see much of our senior year washed away, we have to remember that people are dying. Hundreds of thousands of lives have been lost to this pandemic. It is okay to be upset. We deserved our last hurrah, but we have to keep a clear perspective during these troubling times. And until the days get better, which I promise you, they will get better, our mental, physical, and social health must be our top priority. Personally, I know my mental health would improve tremendously if the NBA returns sometime soon. But in all seriousness, we need to openly address and talk about any stress or anxiety we may be feeling. We need to exercise our bodies and keep moving despite feeling cooped up. And we need to stay as connected as possible to the people we love until we can be together again in person. After watching hours of YouTube in an attempt to write this speech, I identified a common theme, one that pushed graduates to make a difference and change the world. And I truly believe that our class will change the world. We must change the world, or there will be no world left for us to change, global warming. But the easiest way for each and every one of us to start impacting the world right away is through kindness. The Rabbi Harold Kushner said, "When you're kind to others, it not only changes you, it changes the world." Kindness is a beautiful thing. It is one of the only things in our world that doesn't cost anything, requires very little effort, and can still have such a profound impact on so many lives. You can never know what someone is going through, and a small act of kindness could mean so much more to them than you may realize. There are an infinite amount of ways to be kind. It is as simple as stopping to say hello to someone and asking how they're doing, or lending a hand to someone who looks like they could use it, or just offering a smile in the direction of a stranger. It is so easy to be kind. The impact of your kindness will be felt immediately. It feels good to be nice, and the next time you're having a rough day, hopefully you'll get a nice smile or a helping hand to make your day a little better. There are so many examples of kindness in our Druid Hills community. A teacher spending 20 minutes with one student in a crowded classroom to ensure they understand a concept is kindness. A student saying good morning with a smile to their teacher is kindness. A coach giving a student a ride home when they need it is kindness. We've spent 4 years at this school learning so many things, but perhaps the most valuable thing we've learned in all this time is kindness. I urge you all to recollect on some of your own experiences with kindness and practice them in your life. It will make a difference for you, for others, and for our community. If we all practice kindness, we will change the world. However, kindness will not solve all of this world's problems instantly. There are still so many issues that require serious work, from racial and gender inequality to an unacceptable wealth gap. We also will not be able to cure COVID-19 from kindness alone. However, looking both long-term and short-term, practicing kindness is the greatest impact we can have on our world. Kindness is the first step in connecting with one another, despite our differences. Kindness can bring together different races, genders, sexualities, and income levels. This must happen to make the greater change we need to be seeking. And right now, kindness can improve all of our health. A kind friend or stranger is what all of us need as we deal with all of the current struggles. So, be kind to your parents. Be kind to your siblings. Be kind to your teachers and your friends. Be kind to anyone you come across, because why not? Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it. Our class has so many amazing people who will shape our society for decades to come. Keep working hard to accomplish your goals, and I know you will all do great things. And as you go on to do those great things, remember, be kind to others. Right now, kindness is the best way for us to change the world. And class of 2020, it is in our hands to change the world.
Hello, parents, guardians, family, friends, Region 2 Superintendent, Mr. Trenton Arnold, DeKalb County School District Board of Education Chair, Marshall Orson, and most importantly, hello to the Druid Hills High School graduating class of 2020. I'm Mark Joyner, principal of Druid Hills High School. This is a monumental graduation for Druid Hills and learning institutions across the globe. A graduation taking place remotely from all over metropolitan Atlanta and places near and far. I'm coming to you from my new office, the Joyner Dining Room. I hope you are healthy and safe in your own viewing environments. It is my honor and pleasure as principal to recognize and celebrate these 288 amazing young women and men of the class of 2020. This class has numerous academic accomplishments, a Georgia Scholar, a Posse Scholarship recipient, several students receiving presidential scholarships, merit-based scholarships, ROTC scholarships, and joining honors colleges. 148 graduates eligible for the Hope Scholarship and 53 eligible for the Zell Miller Scholarship. 5 graduates are enlisting in the U.S. Armed Services, and over 204 graduates accepted to colleges, universities, and trade schools, including acceptances to Yale, Carnegie Mellon, Smith College, Georgetown, Morehouse, George Washington University, University of Michigan, Spelman College, Vanderbilt, and a variety of Georgia colleges, including the University of Georgia, Emory University, Georgia Tech, Georgia State, Albany State, Kennesaw State, Oglethorpe, Berry, Georgia College, SCAD, and Georgia Piedmont. In athletics, this class fielded state playoff teams in volleyball, cross country, swimming, and boys and girls basketball. Unfortunately, we had no spring sports due to COVID. This class has 8 graduates attending college on athletic scholarships. The class of 2020 is truly distinguished as a group and as individual students. Incredible work, graduates. These accomplishments were achieved with help and support of many. Thank you to the parents, guardians, sisters, brothers, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. Thank you to the faculty and staff of Druid Hills High School, and thank you to DeKalb County School District. Together, we have taught and trained and nurtured and counseled these scholars and athletes into young women and young men now prepared for the world beyond Druid Hills High School. I will forever remember the class of 2020. I'm inspired by your achievements, your talents, your perseverance, your awareness and concern for our community, locally, nationally, globally. Your commitment to being active and responsible citizens. I look forward to the many great achievements in your years to come. I want to close with a quote from one of my favorite authors, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He wrote, "Whatever you do, you need courage. Whatever course you decide upon, there is always someone to tell you that you are wrong. There are always difficulties arising that tempt you to believe your critics are right. To map out a course of action and follow it to its end requires some of the same courage that a soldier needs. Peace has its victories, but it takes brave men and women to win them. I challenge the class of 2020 to be courageous. In all you do, be courageous. Congratulations, Druid Hills High School graduating class of 2020. We are so very proud of you. At this time, please join me in welcoming our Superintendent of DeKalb County School District, Mrs. Ramona Tyson, to certify the academic summary of this class of 2020.
As the Superintendent of DeKalb County Schools, I hereby certify that all members present for the class of 2020 have fulfilled the requirements established by the DeKalb County Board of Education and are therefore eligible to receive their diplomas.
Please welcome the DeKalb County School District Board of Education Chair, Mr. Marshall Orson.
Druid Hills graduates, faculty and staff, family and friends. One of the great honors and privileges of serving on the Board of Education is the opportunity to participate in a number of graduation ceremonies and see firsthand the promise held by our DeKalb graduates. And all of this is especially true at Druid Hills, a place of special significance since my family lives here, my children attended school here, and I have known many of these graduates since they were in elementary school, and in some cases, even earlier. In fact, our youngest child is a member of this class. And as these graduates soon virtually walk across a stage, it is a reminder for all of us parents of the first time we saw our children walk or do something special. And it is a stark illustration of how much time has passed and how much growth intellectually, emotionally, and experientially has taken place among these students. Now, with that said, I truly am honored to participate in your graduation ceremonies this year. Over your 13 plus years of schooling, and especially during the last 4 years, you have had the support of a tremendous faculty and staff and loving families and friends. They have been behind you and with you on this journey, and I expect they will continue with you as you move on. But it is the unfortunate reality that this year, 2020, is unlike any other year we have known. We know it's unfair. We know you and your families feel shortchanged. We know that sitting in our respective homes, watching a virtual rendition of your graduation was the furthest thing from your mind when the school year began in August. We know, well, I expect we know, that I am stating the obvious and probably not particularly well. So it is fair to ask, what's the point? You will hear from a wide variety of people, friends, family, mentors, that no single ceremony or event can or should define you. You will hear from families and philosophers that this experience will make you stronger. You will be told about the uniqueness of what is happening and that you will have a set of experiences unlike anyone else's. You will be reminded of and about this time in your lives to a point where it may seem unbearable. And that is all true, unequivocally, absolutely, undeniably. So again, it is fair to ask, what's the point? Now, I am pretty darn old by your standards. I had my 60th birthday in the middle of this pandemic. I'm not saying 60 is old, at least not when you are 60, but it's a rite of passage in a way, like a graduation or an 18th birthday or starting your first job. Needless to say, my 60th celebration was not much of a party. But what I and your parents and their friends and much of the faculty know is that it's a moment in time, a moment in what is and will be a lifetime of moments. It will call for creativity and perseverance, but maybe, just maybe, there could be a shot for a sort of do-over if the crisis lessens and we can figure out a way, soon or much later, to regather you together. But still, it's just a moment. When you do get together, later this summer, or maybe at the holidays, or next summer, when you meet up for your first reunion, you will have the power to reimagine this moment. It will not be exactly the same, but it will be what you make of it. And it will be a reflection of not only what happened while here at school, but what happens afterwards in your lives. And what happens after you leave school is always the open question for every graduate, whether sitting in your living room or at a convention center. What I know about all you collectively is that your experiences at Druid Hills, with its incredible diversity, its committed students, its demonstrated efforts to improve the world, have prepared you for the next phases of your life. You have experienced the world you will actually enter into. You are the faces and voices and will be the leaders of the future. Some of you will head to college, some to work, and others to the military. Whichever direction you choose, take your experiences at Druid Hills and bring them with you as you move on. Remember the foundation you created here and use it to help foster the values that will make our world better. The good you did here while in school and the goodwill you created will carry over to the future. With the work you have done, you have within you unlimited potential. You literally will be stepping out into a changed world, something unlike any of those who preceded you experienced when they graduated. And that brings us back to this moment. Yes, it's only a moment, and other things will fill your memories and grab your attention. But this moment is unique. You have been asked, really forced, to develop extraordinary patience. You've had to endure things that will make you more patient, more compassionate, and more inquisitive, perhaps with a healthy dose of skepticism thrown in. You will know, better than your older generations, how you are inextricably tied to the environment and the world around you. You will have seen what happens in a time of divisive rhetoric and inflexible positions, and you will know that problems cannot be solved when you cannot even hear another point of view. And this knowledge and experience will give you the power to change the world for the better, for yourselves, for your families, and for all of us. The challenge will be what you do with that power. To be completely honest, it is an extraordinary burden and opportunity. Understanding this without knowing what lies ahead can be scary and exhilarating at the same time. Yet it is also now your birthright, your rightful claim to help define the future and set the future course for all of us. I am confident that each of you will do great things with this power and that our world and our society will be better for it. Now, for the part you have all been waiting for. On the basis of the certification announced on this program, the academic achievement of this class meets the course requirements as established by Advanced Ed, the Georgia Board of Education, the Georgia Accrediting Commission, and the DeKalb County Board of Education. Congratulations to the Druid Hills High School class of 2020.
Khairul Amin bin Abdul Rashid. Sarah Abrashevna Abramova. Felipe Mario Luba Agio. Sipti Akhtar. Kathar Abdallah Al-Assad. Rukaya El Hamadani. Tabrez Ali. Angelia Anethia Allen. Brian Allen Alvarado Angeles. Giselle Alvarado Solano. Harris Alvi, Asena Neshe Anderson, Milton Angeles, Diana Guadalupe Angeles Vargas, Lily Catherine Annan, Wendy Aparicio, Javeria Arfan, Laiba Arfan, Demaya Armstead, Michaela Ariane Arnold, Jose Alonso Avila, Elijah Alexander Ayers, Nicole Angie Balbin Carrera, Katera Barati, Serena Nuruddin Bardai, Olivia Simone Barnett, Tiana Asianique Barnett Wilburn, Zachary Connor Bauer, Angel David Bauza Perez, Diana Alejandra Becerra Gonzalez, Diana Paula Bencomo Miralles, Ramona Jane Benefield, Angelo Gabriel Templeton Benfield, Amelia Rose Benjamin, Antieria Joelle Bennett, Ron Kendrick Berglund, Juliet Fanchon Bernard, Simon Bonvadia, Mikhail John Blackwell Jr., Anne-Marie Cushman Blount, Arisha Bogani, Tiari Dejan Bolin Brown, Augustus Michael Braswell, Naomi Noel Brow, Ethan Tahir Kamon Brown, Zachary David Michael Bryant, Daria Caceres, Thomas Caicedo, Eric Josue Campos, Eric Fernando Carrasco Aguayo, Hayden Graham Carroll, Lakaya Jane Carter, Casey Cochise Catley, Sarah Elizabeth Catucci, Zaina Alnur Chagani, Samuel Donald Chambers, Sahil Sajid Chandani, Dim Lian Singh, Isaac Dimitri Clark, Sam Elijah Cohen, Melina Denise Colon Diaz. Graham Edward Connell. Sydney Maria Cook. Fiona Yaling Covey. Mackenzie Grace Cowan. Leaf Kalani Craddock. Haley Alexandria LeRae Crosby. America Cuevas. Aidan Thomas Cummings. Seth Christopher Cushenberry. Amate A. Daba. Durga Dahal. Casey Michelle Daniels. Mahek Riaz Daredia. Omkumar Yogeshbai Darji. Anja Jenny Davis. Atonia Alexius Davis. Justin Terrell Davis. Ross Michael Deutsch. Elijah Dijon Diallo. Sandy Lorenzo Diaz. Madeline Van Doesberg. Nigus Solomon Ejigu. Jordan Clymore England. Brett Beatty Erickson. Ethan Thomas Ertler. Julio Cesar Escobar Gomez. Abigail Lou Fagans. Genevieve Irene Ferrara. Francis Flannery. Ananda Lillian Flemings. Megan Elizabeth Fletcher. Sarah Bekele Forcido. Angel Unique Freeman. Christina Maria Garcia Corrales. Eric Garcia Gerardo. Caden Riley Gaucher. Paul James George Jr. Ashabir Mukwanenit Getahun. Nigel Karnick Geeter. Michael Anthony Gleaton Jr. Felix Jose Gonzalez Marquez. Eric Thorvalder Gwynlock. Ashante Diavion Tone Govan. Lucy Ann Grady. Demario Devon Gray. Miles Alexander Jennings Gresham. Talia Simone Guthrie. Severin Glenn Haggerty. Gregory Wayne Hall III. Isaac Augustus Hall George. Imani Jameer Hamilton. Maria Catherine Harmon. Chloe Grace Hart. Brandon Bernard Harvey. Angel Hernandez. Devin Jordan Hicks. Maggie Wren Houseworth. Nell Lam Y. Muskan Sultan Ali Huda. Shelby Francis Hughes. Ethan Alexander Hunt. Anaya LaShawn Hunter. Asma Noor Ibrahim. Nasteho Noor Ibrahim. Joshua Tyler Ingo. Kevin Goodwin Jackson. Matthew Lewis Jackson. Sharif Nasir Jackson. Cheyenne Denise Jackson. Harrison Joseph Jacobs. Shelvina Samir Jasani. Devin Jeter. Ryan Ajishbai Jivani. Sahil Nazim Jiwani. Dinara Catherine Jones. Danny Earl Jordan. Arvin Fahad Kabir. Aman Jafar Karbari. Sandor Istvan Karpathy. Rikia Chanice Kelly. Sheree Deloise Kelly. James Leo Pavel Kemp. Jeremiah Pierre Carnell Kemp. Shayan Kianpur. Darian Gage Kilgore. Morgan Ayana Kimbrough. Noah Abrams Kincaid. Ethan Alexander Knight. Jimmy Koch. Savannah Kalonga. Joseph William Lee Kukin. Sahil Rahim Kotadia. Peyton Anderson Creast. Michaela Faye Lang. Sky Elise Latham. Daniel Seung Lee. Jennifer Lynn Lee. Morgan Marie Lee. DeMarco Alexander Lemons. Hannah Clementine Lesser, Alexis Tatiana Lewis, Ava Carolyn Laughlin, Nathan Mark Lusaint, Lucas Richard Luber, Chloe Marie Lugo, Lucia Angelica Luna Ramirez, Roshan Magar, Destiny Mariah Mans, Samira Maksudi, Joa Kunga Marquez de Oliveira, Quantarius Marcel Martin, Kennedy Gabrielle Massey, Anteria Renee Matthews, Jordan Nathaniel McBurse, Nataya Zanetta Jolay McDowell, Augustus Joseph McQuaig, Collier James Merriman, Taylor Nicole Mesquite, Julian Dylan von Ethan Miller, Maya Monique Miller, Sarah Hasim Miller, Ibrahim bin Mohammed Nassim, Connie Bernard Montgomery, Lila Fletcher Montgomery, Sarah Ann Morey, Taylor Chanel Morgan, Ria Betswe Mosia, Emerson Henry Mosley, Adita Mahalik, Tyson Payne Myrie, Tristan Dean Jor Nijula, Siddhartha Kanan Narker, Jaden Drew Nation, Allison Vianney Navarrete Morales, Zoe May Nichols, Jaheim Daniel Nicholson, Murray Boyd Nickel II, Nicole Danielle Nixon, Andrew Alexander Okech, David Ornelas Hernandez, Roman Alexander Orsborn, James Marshall Orson, Jonathan Palma, Boy Nam Par, Joseph Thomas Park, Eleanor Rhodes Pascal, Mia Angela Pascarello, Parth Patel, Yachna Manojkuma Patel, Yaksh Amit Patel. Jaden Misty Patterson. Asik Paudel. Jaquavius Jermaine Phillips. Janaya Nicole Pierce. Elijah River Pittman. Jayla Sierra Plant. Joyden Liesia Pope. John Andrew Poteet. Jacoby Christopher Prince. Oscar Antero Pilkinen. Devin Winter Rajan. Adrian Jesse Ransom. Tarandeep Kaur Rator. Sophie Francis Reese. Logan Osborne Renegar. Oceana Aviva Revel. Tazeen Fatima Rizvi. Jose Luis Rodriguez. James Alexander Rogers. Joshua Manning Rollins. Christopher Michael Rosenbluth. Caroline Morgan Ross. Somil Salim Roy. Alfaz Feroz Samnani. Ayan Samnani. Morgan Thamia Sanders. Case Porter Santa Maria. Emily Grace Schroeder. Karma Serpa. Arafat Basha Sheikh. Bryce Eric Shelton. Theodore Joseph Shepard. Krubel Gubsa Shemendi. Erskine Shipe. Yarnell Nicolius Short. Antonio Lamar Simmons Jr. Jonah Herberto Carrasquillo Singer. Alexis Brianna Smith. Kai Eugene Smith. Janeth Solano Cisneros. Kelleen Paula Soto Salazar. Annabelle Randolph Stockton. Delia Bonet Stokes. Dmitry D. Sukhariv. James Carter Talent. Nia Emily Taylor. Mukrab Adhanom Tesfasalezi. Alif Amin Tharani. Wymishian Renee Tiller. Scott Harris Tinter. America Yarili Torres Sanchez. Julian Michael Turner. Trillian Melody Tyler. Namira Shabuddin Vegdani. Alicia Lola Villalpando Guzman. Ishika Nasirbai Virani. Andrew Daniel Lewis Volant. Om Deepakumar Vyas. Glorious Desmond Amir Waddell. Robert Mason Walker. Julia Celeste Wallace. Triana Tekia Wallace. Rikia Victoria Warner. Sanaya Danae Watson. Montavious Demond Watson. Caitlin Wesley Weidman. Eliza Esther Welsh. Shelby Nicole Whiting. Aiden Christian Wilby. Ty Farley Mercer Wills. Howard Palmer Wood. Zanae Zafani Worthy. Michael Javier Yelton. Zaw Zaw. Nathan Charles Ziegler.
Traditionally, the turning of one's tassel represents the transition from candidate to graduate, but the symbolism of this act is much more profound. It represents the culmination of a myriad of events and decisions bringing you to this juncture in your lives. It also represents the beginning of a chapter in your life when you are about to embark upon a journey where new memories will be formed. Class of 2020, please stand. Raise your hand to your tassel and join me in turning your tassel from right to left. Congratulations.